Okay, here we're asked to factor. So if we take a look at the polynomial we're given, we have three terms, right? We have a 2x squared plus 11x plus a 9. And we should think of this, we recognize this as a quadratic of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. And we notice that the coefficient is not a 1, right? We have a 2 there. So we should be using, to factor, we want to think the AC method. Okay, so let me go ahead and erase this. And I'm going to rewrite our quadratic here. I'm going to have 2x squared, and I have plus, I'm going to put plus 11x, the middle term. I'm going to make it red, and plus 9. Okay, so to use the AC method, what we have to first do is identify what our A, B, and C are, right? So my A is 2, my B is 11, and my C is 9. So what I'm going to do is look, I'm going to take A times C, and that's going to give me 18. So the method tells me to look for factors of 18, and they need to add up to the middle number, B, so they have to add up to 11. So let's think about that. We know we need a positive 18, and if it doesn't jump out right at you, let's just start off with 1 and 18. Well, 1 plus 18 equals 19, right? So that doesn't work. So let's try 2. 2 and 9 are factors, and 2 plus 9 give me 11, right? So these two factors work. So I'm going to rewrite my original polynomial. I'm going to rewrite it. I keep my first and my last terms the way they are. I have 2x squared, and I keep a plus 9 out here. But I'm going to take my middle term, and I'm going to split it into two terms now, using these factors, using the 2 and the 9. So I'm going to rewrite 11x as 2x plus 9x. Now the order doesn't matter here. The signs do matter, but the order of that doesn't matter. So now I've converted, right, I've kind of morphed my 3-term polynomial into a 4-term polynomial. And now when you see 4 terms, you think grouping, right? So I'm going to group my first 2 terms together, and I look at my first group and I try to factor out the greatest common factor, and I see I have a 2 and an x, and I'm left with simply an x plus 1 on the inside. And for my second group, I see I have a common factor of 9, and if I factor that out, I simply have an x plus 1 left. And that's a good thing, right? Because I want to see that in these two parts of my polynomial, I have something in common. This x plus 1 had better be in common, otherwise I'm kind of stuck. So I have an x plus 1, and that leaves me with a 2x plus 9. So my second factor in here is just 2x plus 9. Okay, so that's my answer right there. So the other thing we can always do with these is we can check it. So let's just check our answer by distributing. So I'm going to take my factored form, 2x plus 9, right, x plus 1, and if I multiply everything out, I get 2x squared, and then I have a 9 and an x, so I have a plus 9x, and then I have a 2x times 1, so I have a plus 2x, and then my last one is just plus a 1 times 9, or 9. And again, I can continue to simplify, right? So I have 2x squared plus 11x plus 9. And that's correct, right? That was my original problem. So what we've done is we've converted, right? We have our 2x plus 11x plus 9, which was in a polynomial form. And it equals, in factored form, x plus 1 times 2x plus 9. Right, so this part is the factored form. They're the same. Right now I've just written that polynomial in terms of its factors.